Hello, all of my role-playing peeps. This is Plus 4 Initiative Bonus one more time. We're doing another helping of Plus 4 Goes to the Movies, and today we're actually reviewing the movie Skyscraper. Now, I hope a lot of you did not go to the theaters and seen this one, because this is a clearly wait till it comes out on DVD to watch online, and we'll call it legally, okay? So that's what I hope most people do or done. Now, there will be spoilers in this video. If you've not seen the movie and you're wanting, it come out back in July or June or July, so there's spoilers. Anyway, this movie was directed by a guy named Rawson Marshall Thumber. Thromber, T-H-U-R-B-E-R, Thromber. I'm gonna call him Marshall. So, when it comes to this dude, he directed movies like Dodgeball, We're the Marshalls, and he's worked with Dwayne Johnson before, The Rock. He's the guy that directed Central Intelligence, which was a pretty good movie. It was a pretty funny movie. It was. Now, then we've got this movie. In this movie, we've got Dwayne Johnson. He plays a guy by the name of Will Sawyer. There's Neve Campbell that's in it. Of course, everybody knows Neve Campbell. She played in like Party of Five and Scream 4 and the movie Craft. If you've ever seen that. But that's just to name a couple that she's been in. You've got Neve Campbell. You've got another guy by the name of Ni Chin Han. He plays a guy named Zhao Long Ji. That's a mouthful. You might know him from like the movie Ghost in the Shell, Captain America Winter Soldier, and he was in Independence Day Resurgence. Now, it's got a pretty decent cast. You've got Dwayne Johnson, you've got Neve Campbell, you've got Ching Chong Chi. There's this dude, I'm not going to try to pronounce his name again. He's a good actor, though. It's got a pretty decent cast. It's set up. The movie is structured fairly decent. It's got some good pacing when it comes to the movie. The problem with this movie, now I'm just going to read just the straight caption of like what the movie's supposed to be about. Okay, you've got Will Sawyers is a former FBI agent and U.S. war veteran who now assesses security for skyscrapers. While he's on an assignment in China, the world's tallest and safest building catches on fire, and Will gets framed for it. Now a wanted man and on the run, he must find those responsible, clear his name, and somehow rescue his family members when they become trapped inside the inferno. Now, if you've ever heard anything kind of like this before, I'm sure a lot of my 80s role-playing peeps will know this next movie that I'm getting ready to put out here. Now, I'm going to do a split screen here that you'll be able to see. Now, in this split screen, there's going to be two different movie posters. One movie poster is from the 1980s. The second movie poster is from Skyscraper. Now, when I first seen the poster for this movie, this is the poster that I seen. I seen it on, I think, YouTube somewhere. Somebody was posting a bunch of stuff about it, and this is what I seen. This movie, as you can clearly see here, is a ripoff of Die Hard, but unfortunately, it's not as good. Okay? Now, as everyone knows, Die Hard is a Christmas movie. We all know this. If you're a true Die Hard fan, you know this movie is a Christmas movie. But this movie, Skyscraper, is a smoldering dumpster fire, which means it's not 100% garbage, but it's not too far from the point. Okay? Now, essentially, in this movie, Dwayne Johnson is pretty good in the movie. Dwayne Johnson and Neve Campbell and Ching Chong Chi, the Asian dude that plays Zhao Long Ji in it, they're the three best things in this movie. Okay? They act very well, they hit all their points, they give proper emotion to the dialogue, if that makes sense. But the problem we have here is the villains that are in this movie. Okay, the villains in this movie are reminiscent of the villains in Die Hard. Okay, Pablo Skyscraper, I think is how you say his name, who plays a character by the name of Ben, who is basically The Rock's former FBI buddy. Bad things happened when they went to bust this dude, and there was movie action happens, and through the movie, if you've ever watched the trailer to the Skyscraper movie, Dwayne Johnson only has one leg. He's got an artificial leg, and this guy here, Ben, is he's basically the bad guy in this movie. He's the reason why everything is going on. He's the guy that is backstabbing everybody. Now, in this movie, he's the guy that opens up for these Colombian drug lord dudes, or whatever they are, to actually infiltrate this skyscraper, which is the largest, it's the tallest, it's the most advanced, structure on the planet. And Dwayne Johnson, his character, Will, owns like this like little mom and pop like security place. And what they do is, like I said in the description, they go and they evaluate security. Now, the problem I have with that is this is a multi-billion-dollar company that's spending billions and billions and billions of dollars on this skyscraper. Why the heck do they need Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and his little tiny bitty security firm to evaluate anything? These are the guys that purchase companies because they don't want to compete with them. Okay, this is the kind of stuff that this money that this dude throws around. But yet they use The Rock to evaluate their security systems because because of The Rock's friend Ben says he's a good guy. You should give this to him. La 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 la. So that's what happens. Okay, that's what happened, which right off the bat makes no sense whatsoever. Okay, the building, the bad guys show up. They start killing people. The building catches on fire and it starts burning from the top down. Okay, now The Rock gets framed for it, and the cops are after him, but he's also in the building, and he's after the bad guys, and he's killing them, and he's going through the building sneaky and stealthily, and taking the guys out, just like Die Hard. And that's essentially what this movie is. It is a wannabe Die Hard ripoff. That's all it is. Okay. Don't get me wrong. There are some saving points in this movie. The movie does have fairly good action. The Rock is a pretty good, action star. He's really good at that stuff. Neve Campbell actually does a fairly good amount of acting and actual actiony stuff, stunts of her own in the movie, which is surprising. But there's only so much gunfire and explosions can do for a movie till you're like, all right, give me some meat. Okay, I've ate all of the sugar and I'm on a sugar high. Give me a steak. I need some information here. Give me something. And unfortunately, the movie doesn't really give you any. Not really. Okay, unfortunately, it doesn't really do it. This movie, you should not go to the theaters and watch. Should have not went and seen it. But it's one of those you get at the Red Box. Watch it. It's one of them. It's one of those, some people might call them like a popcorn movie, but I wouldn't even give it that. It's more along the lines of, yeah, I've seen it. It was okay. I mean, it's one of those. Okay, so I'm going to leave it right there, and I'm going to give it a 3 dumpster fires out of 5. So it's not horribly horrible, and it's not good either. Like I said, it's a smoldering dumpster fire is what we've got for a movie. There are better movies that The Rock's in. If you get a chance, go and see Central Intelligence. It's really good. It's funny. It's got action in it. It's got meat on it, and it's a good, good, good movie. So, unfortunately, this one's not. So, I'm going to leave you right there, and I'm going to continue to do more of these. If people actually like them, I know I had a bunch of people like the Venom one I done. I will every now and then do a live one instead of just the voiceover. Like if I actually go and see a movie, I will actually record something and go from there. So I'm gonna leave it right there. Like I said, we're giving this a 3 dumpster fires out of 5. Not too bad, but it's also not too good either. So once again, my name is Plus4 Initiative Bonus, and have a week.